What's up, guys? Welcome back to the virtual reality, to the VR and AR weekly news. A little bit late this week, but I couldn't change that. I had some other things to do. And yeah, so I will check out the list this week. I will not continue to show this list what I did in the last weeks because many people said that was unpersonal or what. So I will just do it like this. So Half-Life Alyx gets mod support, and we will talk about this. Then No Man's Sky gets a Mech update. Yes, that's right. Green Hell, a horror survival game, gets VR support. And there is an update for Boneworks. And of course, the StarVR One was released and you can buy it now. That's awesome. Also, you will find the newest sales and releases this week. You can find everything about VR and AR on my channel. Thanks to my sponsors VoodooDE VR, Opperman Events, Andi de Velzer, VR Ambassador and Alpha Blend Interactive. Let's have some fun with the video and let's go!
VoodooDE.
So everybody of you heard about Half-Life Alyx, of course. Most of you perhaps even played that or at least watched a video about that. So we don't have to talk about this. It's the best game ever. It's the best what you can play. But many people already finished the game. So I already finished that and I totally love this game. And but I want more. I want more. This can't be the end. And Valve promised to release some modding tools after Half-Life Alyx release. So we are now 2 weeks after the release of Half-Life Alyx, and unfortunately Valve cannot tell us any release date of the modding kit. And that's very sad because people want that. People want that stuff. And of course, everybody thinks about the possibility to have a multiplayer mod in this game. And that would be great. It would be, imagine, perhaps not co-op, but PvP or deathmatch. One stands in front of a wall and watching behind the edge and shooting the other guys, throwing a magazine, and this is awesome. This would be awesome in multiplayer. Also, I can imagine that many people will produce new levels or even small mods, like making the original game even harder or something like that. And now I cannot tell you a release date for the modding kit, but I want to know from you, what do you expect from the modding community? What do you expect? Of course, multiplayer stuff. But write it in the comments below. We can collect that and perhaps I can send it to Valve or release it on the community page of Half-Life Alyx on Steam. It's gonna be interesting for me. What do you expect from the modding community? Write it in the comments below. Now, No Man's Sky VR gets an update, and that brings us mechs. Big robots that we can control, and this is gonna be available for the virtual reality version as well as the normal PC version or the PlayStation version. And that means we can control a big robot, and this robot we can roam through the planets, we can collect resources, but most interesting thing is that this is invincible. When there is a strange environment, hazard environment, it's no problem for the mech. You can walk everywhere you want. Really cool. You can also upgrade the mech, and if you have the virtual reality version, you get an immersive first-person cockpit view, and that's awesome. That's really awesome. You can control it with the joysticks. So what I really want to say is that I love that the developers of No Man's Sky are really into their game. I mean, remember when the game came out? I don't mean the virtual reality version, the normal. I mean, I loved it from the beginning, but there was a huge shitstorm about this game. Many people said, oh, there's not much to do, it's boring and stuff. But what they did it's awesome. So many updates, so many free stuff. It's gonna be awesome. So just download this update. It's for free, and then you can play No Man's Sky with a big mech. The horror survival game Green Hell gets VR support. So this game takes place in the Amazonian rainforest, and you have to stay alive, you have to build your camp, you have to craft stuff, you have to defend against enemies, against wildlife, you have to cook stuff. You can even do that in co-op mode. And the same developers that ported the Layers of Fear game into VR will do that for this game as well. And I don't think this is a good thing, because I didn't like the Layers of Fear port to VR. Controls were bad and stuff. I didn't like it. I hope they learned from their mistakes and are doing a better VR port now. So I have no idea when it's released, but of course I will try it. It looks a little bit like the forest, of course. Green Hell. Boneworks gets a new update that's called 1.4 Redacted. And that means we have new environments, like 3 different levels. We have improved hand physics. We have a new minigame with the time trial course. We have new weapons. We have new songs. And of course some bug fixes. And one of the levels looks like this here. Jumping around here on some platforms, shooting some enemies. Looks pretty good. I think I will try that out. And I love how they built this game. It's awesome. And yeah, I will try this out. Boneworks Redacted. Yeah, guys, I was flashed when I saw this last week. The StarVR One is available now. Holy crap. You can purchase it when you go here on the webpage and write an email, and then you get an invoice. The price 2 years before was $3,200. And that's a huge price, of course. It's a lot. And this is not for normal people that just want to play with VR. It's for hardcore enthusiasts, of course, that don't care about money. And I tried this headset. You perhaps saw my little review on my channel, and it's 2 years ago, but it's still the best headset that I ever tried. It's the most comfortable, the best view, the best display, the highest field of view without any distortion. It has auto IPD, eye tracking, foveated rendering, everything. And that's crazy, it's crazy. I have no idea if I get a review unit. I don't think so. And that means I will have to pay it for myself. $3,000, I think. So if you want to support me a little bit for that, it would be really nice. You can find everything in the description below. Perhaps one-time PayPal. If you want to support me, that would be really awesome. Please consider that this time. But I will do a review anyway about this again. So guys, StarVR One, what do you think? Are you interested? If you are a hardcore enthusiast, write it in the comments below. Let's check out the releases this week. So on SteamVR we have Iron Lights. This is a melee combat game where we have to duel online enemies or NPCs or stuff. And yeah, you have to fight with swords. Looks interesting. And then we have Virus Popper. That's a free small mini game where we have to pick up special items and fight the coronavirus. Oh man. Heaven's Tournament. This is also a melee combat game where we have to hit our enemies. We have to prove our reflexes and stuff. And this is only single player. Then on the Oculus Quest, we also have Iron Lights. And on the Oculus Rift platform, we also have Iron Lights and Agent of Chernobyl. And this is a horror adventure with zombies and shootings and stuff. Looks spooky. I hope I will try that. There's nothing new on the PlayStation VR this week. Let's talk about the sales this week. So the first one is Res Infinite on Steam VR. This is an action shooter with very abstract enemies and strange environments, 50%. Then we have Vanishing Realms, one of the best RPG games for virtual reality, 40%. Super hot VR, very, very cool concept. Only if you move, the enemies move, 32%. On the Oculus Quest, we have a bundle of Box VR and Racket NX, 29% less, and another bundle with Synth Riders and Raccoon Lagoon, 28% off. On the PlayStation VR, we have the Curious Tale of the Stolen Pets. This is a cool adventure even for kids, 46% off. Blood and Truth is a cool action adventure, 62% off. A Chair in a Room is 54% off. It's a horror game. Box VR, 50%. Then the best shooter on the PlayStation VR, Firewall 0 Hour, 50%. Rick and Morty, very cool. Adventure, very funny, 60% off. Apex Construct, shooter and puzzle and story. Mix, 60%. Raw Data is a shooter, really good shooter with some waves, 64%. And Don't Knock Twice, a very cool horror adventure for the PlayStation VR, 60% off. So guys, thank you for watching the weekly news. Sorry that they were a little bit late this week, but I couldn't change that. So, thanks for watching, thumbs up, and see you next time in virtual reality. See ya!
VoodooDE